And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is a Monday, January 7th, and a little bit of sprinkle out there this morning. I'll tell you about the weather in just a moment. On our show today, Lynn Jarrett is here from Third Mutual. Among other things, we're going to talk about the Garden Villas because she's kind of overseen that Garden Villa Association for quite a while. And I'm going to talk about a few other things in regards with Third. And we have Dr. Don Nadal here, and Dan has been on with us before. He is an endocrinologist, and he is with Hoag. So we're going to talk about what that is and how the different treatments work for the conditions that he sees. Then we have Pastor Leroy Wood and his wife Rosalie Wood. They're with the Nazareth Bible Church, and first time that they've been on, so we'll look forward to meeting them, and we'll bring you a segment from Breastlink as well. Now, there's only one meeting today, that's Third, having their M&C meeting in the boardroom at 1 o'clock. Now, let's get to the weather, and a little bit of drizzle out there this morning. That's because there was just a bit of moisture in the air, primarily if you're in North LA County and all the way through Central California. There we're getting some actual rain, not heavy at all. For us, we got a little bit of drizzle. So today we're going to be partly cloudy in the morning to I think mostly sunny as we get to the afternoon, and going forward mostly sunny on Tuesday. Wednesday, the rain that we were going to get in is down to about 10% now. For Northern and Central California and even into Ventura County, they're more than likely to get rain. So if it trails down here just a bit, that's why it's about a 10% chance. Thursday, we're going to see a few clouds out there, but mostly sunny. But then Friday, we are looking at a fairly strong system coming in Friday evening. Now, we're looking at two systems for this coming weekend. Friday night to Saturday morning, and then another system on Sunday. So both of these look like a good potential to bring in a decent amount of rain. Of course, when we get towards the end of the week, we'll tell you more about that because, you know, as you've seen, that could change. But we got a good rain over the weekend. We got, about, I would say, a little over 3/4 of an inch at our house. So that's nice. Let's take a look around Orange County today. Everything is fairly cool in the low 60s. But you know what? I kind of like this weather, as I keep saying. It's kind of invigorating to take maybe a walk at night when it's nice and cool out. If you're going out to Palm Springs, they're even kind of down in temperatures. Palm Springs have been sticking to the mid-60s for quite a while. Big Bear up a little bit compared to the weekend to about 47, and everywhere else, as I said, in the mid-60s. So not bad at all. Another bout of rain coming in as we get towards the end of the week. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
Hi, it's Desiree from Irvine Subaru, where families come first. As a family-ran dealership, your family's safety is our #1 priority. Come in and find the perfect Subaru from the largest selection of Subarus in Orange County. All models are top safety picks by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. We offer the ideal balance of safety, performance, and economy. Irvine Subaru, more Subarus, more safety, more performance, more love.
Welcome to the Towers. As president of our association, I'd like to tell you about life here. Membership includes nightly open menu dinners, weekly housekeeping, on-call maintenance, and a range of on-site activities. Join our community of active, independent seniors. It's elevated living in a hotel-style environment. Visit us at towers@lagunawoodsvillage.com.
You've trusted the doctors at Harvard Eye Associates with your eyes for the last 4 decades. Now it's time to trust us with your face. Our board-certified surgeons and aesthetic nurse offer the latest in facial aesthetic treatments, such as Botox, dermal fillers, laser skin rejuvenation, eyelid surgery, and face and neck lip surgery. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cosmetic consultation. 949-951-2020. Ask about our limited time savings on Botox and dermal fillers.
And I'd like to welcome from Third Mutual, Lynn Jarrett. Lynn just got on the board a couple months ago, and we'd like to welcome here for at least for the first time as a third board member, but you've been on before. Welcome.
Hello.
So tell us about why you got on the board. Of course, I think people who watch the third meetings know that you've been part of the Garden Villas Association for many years, right?
Yes, I have. I was on the Garden Villa board for 9 years, the last 4 of which I was president. After going on going to the meetings of board and MC for about 4 years while I was president of Garden Villa, I realized that maybe my efforts could go, towards working on third board a little better, and GVA needed a fresh look. So I got with Stuart Hack, who was my first vice president, and begged him several times to go to be the president. And he didn't think that he was busy. He didn't think he would be able to do it. And finally, when he said he could, I was ready.
Okay.
And third board members were begging for new people, so I decided I would take the leap.
All right, very good. So are you still on the Garden Villa? I guess
yes,
you could still be on both,
yes,
right? All right, it's not a conflict of interest.
No.
Okay. Now, also, you are on several other committees, right?
Yes. I'm also on the Landscape Committee, which it's got its hands full right now. One of the biggest things they're working on with the staff is, they've gotten rid of Roundup. They're not going to use it because the third board voted not to use Roundup anymore. So anyway, right now staff is busy trying to get a replacement that's going to be within the budget, which is going to be very difficult because right now we don't have the kind of budget that's going to give us something organic to take place of Roundup, which is pretty harsh. So they've made a commitment to us just this past week, the Landscape Committee, that they would come up with something. It's going to take a few months, at least probably 3 months.
Okay.
So that's
Are you going to work with United on that since they've done, no?
No, they've already decided what they're using.
Right.
So we have to decide what we're going to use, but we have to keep an eye on what GRF is going to use because, their funding, we have to pay for their funding.
Right.
So that's going to be real important to us.
Okay. So do you think it'll get to the point, wouldn't it make sense everybody use the same thing so the landscapers aren't when they're out there?
It would, but right now we think United has taken, I'm not sure exactly what they're using, but it's pretty expensive. So once staff, figures out what we can use that's going to be cost effective, we'll probably all get together, both boards, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
We'll have to wait and see.
All right.
Another committee I'm on is the Recreation Subcommittee of the third board. I've been on that ever since I've been on the Garden Villa board, so that's 9 years. And what we do is we pay attention to what's going on. Staff goes out and does inspections of the 53 rec rooms every year, and they try to get the inspections done by the end of December. And in the meantime, while they're doing those inspections, they're working really hard to make a lot of changes and repairs so that they can meet up with us in February and let us know what they're doing and what they've done and where they're going, because we have to start working on the budget come April. So a lot of people are begging for things for the recreation room, but actually things are coming along pretty well in there. And one of the biggest things they've done, staff just found in the last quarter, they found a really great insert to put into the billiard tables, the 53 billiard tables. Before, they had 3 plywood boards. They were very heavy, and anytime anybody wanted to play billiards, they had to take the tablecloth off, then they had to remove the plywood boards, and then when they're done, put them back. Now they have the inserts. So not only did they find a nice insert that's going to be easy to take off, it's going to be cost effective, and they found a really nice tablecloth to put on the billiard tables.
Okay.
They're in the middle of doing those installations right now.
Okay, and those inserts are put in so people can then use those.
Yeah, very
for
nicely.
Other purposes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Also, the dryers. You wanted to talk about that for the 3-story buildings?
Oh, that's really a big thing. Third came up with a plan to buy all new dryers. So the 81 buildings have 3 laundry rooms in them. That's a lot of dryers. So they were able to take our reserve money that we'd been building up for several years and buy the dryers, and they're on purchase now. The purchase order's already been cut, and they're buying the new dryers this month. They're supposed to be installed. In the meantime, one of the best things that happened was they were able to contract to get pedestals under them, tall pedestals, which is really nice, because before everybody complained about how low the washer and dryers were.
Right.
So now they're going to get pedestals, but not only that, they're going to put pedestals under the washers. So people are really going to be happy about this. The only thing is, I haven't gotten any feedback from anybody that's complaining about the 25 cents additional that the dryers are going to cost us. But the price of the wash is not going to go up. It's just the dryers are going to cost 25 cents.
Okay. All right. And also, you wanted to talk about the new hiring, or the hiring of the new CEO, I should say.
Well, we're just happy to see the new CEO come on board. As you know, they announced it on Friday. And so we feel like that Brad Hudson did a good job. He had a wonderful vision. So I'm sure that the hiring search committee found somebody good to replace this gentleman.
Okay, so. And he starts about a month from now, if I'm not mistaken. All right, very good. Anything else? A couple other things you want to touch on?
Well, one of the things I wanted to add to that, we just found this out on Friday, that on the dryers, all laundry rooms in the 81 3-story buildings are going to be cleaned between the 7th and the 23rd of January. They're going to be really cleaned and scrubbed before they put the washers in there. So people are going to be inconvenienced just for 1 hour, if that much, this month.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on, and glad to see you're on the 3rd board.
And thank you, Ken, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll see you again, I'm sure. All right. We'll be right back.
I choose to make friends out of neighbors.
I choose to start a new chapter.
I choose to live an active lifestyle.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia. Call or visit us today.
When you travel with AAA, you get more than a vacation. You get exclusive AAA member benefits, special offers on unforgettable experiences, and the travel planning knowledge of your own AAA travel agent. When you travel with AAA, you get the vacation of your dreams. To save on a pleasant holidays vacation, visit your local AAA travel agent today.
Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialists today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
Well, I'd like to welcome back with us. He was on a while ago, Dr. Daniel Nadeau. He's an endocrinologist with Hoag Medical Center. Welcome back.
Ken, it's great to see you again. Always nice to be back here at Village Television.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful new studio. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit of time since you've been on.
It's been a little while. Yeah, I've actually moved my office over to Aliso Viejo.
Okay.
Just right of Edwards 20 Theater over there. So I'm close to home.
Very good.
Yeah.
So first, let's talk about what an endocrinologist is exactly.
Well, an endocrinologist is a doctor who studies the hormones of the body.
Okay.
So as an endocrinologist, I'm focused mainly on diabetes, both type 1 and then type 2 diabetes as well. I also treat thyroid conditions as well. And a lot of people who have thyroid conditions, they may feel, well, they're not quite where they should be in terms of their energy. And sometimes working with a sensitive doc who kind of can really help optimize how they're feeling is helpful. Going back to diabetes for a minute, when it comes to diabetes, I really try to be cutting edge in terms of using meds that help people to achieve their goals in terms of their body weight, in terms of how they're feeling. And we also try to incorporate, I noticed you had an exercise show on just before we came on, try to get people moving, an important way of controlling blood glucose as well. So we try to kind of put the whole lifestyle thing together with the newest medications to help people kind of achieve their goals in terms of, how they want to look, what their body weight wants to be. So we really work with people to achieve their goals.
Being that you deal with hormones and all, are you also dealing with autoimmune diseases?
We do. Well, thyroid, hypothyroidism is an autoimmune condition for sure. And there's, some more rare conditions that affect the adrenal gland, for example, that involve autoimmune conditions.
Okay. Now, when it comes to diabetes and just, the thyroid and all, what type of nutrition do you look at? I mean,
and there's so many approaches to nutrition. Everybody out there, considers themselves to be a nutritionist.
Yeah.
I mean, my approach is to try to use more of a whole foods, plant-based approach to eating. I wrote a book called The Color Code. I think we brought it on last time.
Yeah.
All about the health benefits of brightly colored fruits and vegetables, like blueberries, for example. The co-author was Jim Joseph. He's the guy who showed improvement in memory and motor skills in older animals by feeding them blueberries. So we try to get people having a couple cups of berries every day, big salad every day, lots of beans. There's research that shows that every serving of beans that you have each day increases your life expectancy by 7%.
Wow.
Yeah. So this would be like chickpeas, lentils, black beans, things like that. So to use them as a protein source with dinner is a great way to increase your life expectancy. Has a lot of fiber, has a lot of phytonutrients in it, doesn't have cholesterol. So it's a great way to kind of simplify your diet and basically live longer.
So how do you deal with the different approaches? You just mentioned the different kinds of nutritionists and diets and things, and you have the the paleo diet that I think that doesn't eat beans, I think, and the keto diet and this and all that. And what's your approach to that when, you know, you have somebody comes in and go, well, tell me about this and...
Right. Well, let's go back to the biggest killer of Americans, and it's heart disease.
Right.
And then if we look at real studies, for example, the Ornish trial looked at reversing heart disease, and he used, you know, mainly a plant-based diet, and just with diet only was actually able to reverse heart disease. So this was doing cardiac catheterizations and putting people on healthy diets and showing reversal of heart disease using a simple, you know, more or less a whole foods plant-based approach to eating kind of thing. So that, to me, you have to go back to the real research. This opposed to, you know, a lot of people will do like a low-carb Atkins type diet where they're having bacon and eggs for breakfast. They think carbs are the worst thing on earth. They never eat a blueberry because there's way too many carbs in a blueberry kind of thing. But the problem with that is I heard of one story where a guy had a cardiac catheterization, had clean coronary vessels, and then he went ahead and went on an Atkins diet for 2 years, and just after 2 years had a 90 to 100% occlusion of all his vessels in his heart after 2 years of eating butter, of eating eggs. So those, you know, to me, those landmark trials that showed correlations between saturated fat and high cholesterol leading to heart disease, that's still true. You know, you can't, because somebody says, well, if you avoid carbs, you're going to be fine. Eat all this like butter and eggs and bacon and things. That's a dangerous approach. I know here I always am impressed because I do have patients who come from Laguna Woods, and, you know, they're very well-educated people. And it's amazing. They, I think, are smart enough to know that eating that way is potentially dangerous. And I think, you know, are intrigued by the idea of eating berries, of eating you know, lots of green things, eating tomatoes. They know they survived this long. And, you know, so I find that people in Laguna Woods are oftentimes quite receptive to the idea of eating healthy. You know, and have enough intuition to know, hey, eating bacon and eggs for breakfast every day is not going to lead to a long life.
Sometimes it's good.
Sometimes, Sundays.
Sundays, there you go. So you mentioned you're over in Aliso Viejo, and that's the center that Hogue has over there. It's right by the theaters, did you say?
Yeah, just to the right of Edwards 20 Theater. I think they call it Town Center. So we're actually having an event on January 30th, and we're going to have like a round table with the docs who work there in the evening. And this will be at 6 o'clock on January 30th as kind of a meet and greet for the docs who work there. I'll be there answering questions, and we hope to meet, you know, some of your fine people here from Laguna Woods over there.
Very
That'd be
good.
Fabulous, yeah.
And you're over there most of the time, or do you have different offices?
I'm there full time now. It's actually I live in Laguna Niguel, so it's closer for me. So it's like 7 miles from where I live. So it's convenient. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Well, it's good to see you again.
Ken,
and
thanks for having me.
Good advice for everyone. Sometimes it's a little hard to stick to, but you know, when it comes to like the berries and all, we have that all the time.
Yeah, berries are fun actually. Taste great, and
and you know, what we do a lot too is sometimes certain parts of the year we buy the frozen ones. They don't have any added sugar.
Yeah, frozen are fine actually.
And you put them in the refrigerator overnight, and what's really good, they get kind of syrupy. And you put that over like some kind of cereal. Oh, it's great.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's a good approach.
Yes, it is a good approach. All right. Good to see you.
My pleasure, Ken.
We'll be right
Thanks
back.
so much.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Kimber Mood with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We've seen an increase in phone scams where con artists pretend to be someone they are not, including law enforcement officers. Don't be a victim. Trust your instincts. If a call seems suspicious, it probably is. For example, the Orange County Sheriff's Department will never require payment over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Department as soon as possible and visit our website to learn more about scams.
Mind and Memory Program at Mission Hospital is an outpatient program specifically designed for patients with a memory disorder who have developed a mental health issue, such as depression, anxiety, or paranoia. Patients are welcome every day, Monday through Friday, up to 4 days a week. On-site meals and snacks are included, and transportation to and from the program is available. The program focuses on improvement in overall mood, function, and concentration, as well as a decrease in depression or anxiety. Call today to find out if you or your loved one qualifies for the Mind and Memory Program.
It's never too late to improve your health with exercise. Challenge yourself to get moving in the morning. Hi, I'm Susan Tuttle. I'd like to encourage you to tune in to Channel 6 each weekday mornings at 7:55. 30 minutes of daily exercise will add years to your life. What are you waiting for? Come join me.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Irvine Subaru. Get your new Subaru here with 2 years complimentary maintenance included.
At South County Lexus, we really are different. We're California's exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Lexus Plus is a new way of doing business. At a Lexus Plus dealer, you can expect an upfront, negotiation-free, hassle-free price right on the vehicle. The same price you'll find on our website, all the way through the transaction. At South County Lexus, we feel this is the way of the future, and this is the way the customer prefers to do business. South County Lexus, your exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Different, just like you.
Welcome back. I'd like to welcome on our program for the first time Pastor Leroy Wood of the Nazareth Bible Church, and along with him is his wife, Rosalie, and it's great to finally get you on. We're going to try and get him on earlier in December. It just didn't work out, so welcome. A pleasure.
Thank you.
Nice to have you on as well.
Thank you.
Welcome to you.
Thank you for having us. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yes.
Year.
So let's first find out about you two.
Okay.
And how did you come about to have the Nazareth Bible Church? Where did you come from? And what's some of the things that you did before you got here?
Well, first of all, we used to work for the same company, Rockwell International, in Newport Beach many years ago.
All right.
My wife still works there, but I'm retired now. And so we kind of met each other there, and our relationship grew, and we eventually got married.
Mm-hmm.
We attended churches as well, and we kind of formed that bond.
Right.
And we moved here to Laguna Woods about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We attended a church here in Irvine, but God gave us a vision for us to start our own church, and this is where we are.
Yeah. And Rosalie, when did you start this? About how long ago?
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. So once you came here, you started up pretty quick with that.
Yeah. Well, we felt that there was a great need for it, and I didn't really want to wait and not get anything done. I felt the need, and I felt
sure.
I wasn't pressured, but I felt the unction to let's get this started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you a pastor before, even though you worked at Rockwell? Before you came here in other areas?
Well, I was at a church in Santa Ana. I was the director of Christian education.
Okay.
And then after that, I came out here, and I joined a church called Christ Our Redeemer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the ministers there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what about you, Rosalie?
Well, actually, we started our own church about a year ago. We moved to Laguna Woods, about 3 years ago. And I also attend the Christ Our Redeemer as a support system for my husband. Yes.
And I understand we were talking beforehand that originally you're from Barbados.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
That beautiful island.
Yes. How long have you been here in the United States, just in general?
I came to the United States, I believe it is 1968.
Okay.
So it's quite a few years
yes.
back.
Yeah, and you went to the East Coast
Right,
first?
New
Yeah.
York, New
Okay.
York, that's where I landed. Yeah. Matter of fact, I was the first one here in the United States from my family. So I subsequently was able to get my whole family here.
Oh, very good.
It's a great thing that's been happening.
Yeah. And what about you? Are you from Barbados as well?
No, I'm originally from here, California, San Francisco area.
That's where I'm from.
And actually, I was born in Oakland, but however, I was raised in Louisiana. That's why I have that.
There we go. What part of Louisiana?
Haynesville.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
It's about 64 miles from Shreveport, Louisiana, and about 13 miles from Houma, Louisiana.
Okay. Houma.
But don't bet your eyes go through there, you might miss it.
All right. All right.
Houma.
I've been to New Orleans, but not the other places.
Oh, okay.
So tell me about Nazareth Bible Church and when and where does it meet?
Nazareth Bible Church, we meet every Sunday, at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And we go from 4 o'clock to 5:30. We meet in the art room, Clubhouse 1.
Okay.
Clubhouse 1 art room. And we deal and preach directly from the Bible. We are non-denominational.
Okay.
So we're not tied into any specific order, or we're not tied into any specific heading. So this gives us a great amount of flexibility to do certain things, but still staying along the biblical lines of
right.
things.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You know, how do you approach it as since you were part of other denominations, other churches as well? Do you kind of take what you kind of picked up along the way over the years, or just kind of go through your own vision and guidance?
I'm glad you asked that, Ken. What I did, I kind of looked at the things that I thought would have been a good fit for Nazareth, and I kind of embraced those things, right? I also saw some things which I thought along the way that would not be a good fit for Nazareth, so I kind of weeded those things out.
Interesting.
And then, with the guidance from the Holy Spirit, what I did, I kind of flow with what God has given me, given Nazareth.
Yes, yes.
So what God has given Nazareth, the good things that we saw from other entities, and we've kind of molded those together, and that's where we are.
And
now.
you have three basic principles that you follow. You have a vision, who you are, and accountability, right?
Yeah, well, our vision is very simple. Our vision is to display the greatness of Jesus in the way we live and love others.
Right.
And I think that's a great thing to understand. Not only understand, but implement it. I'm a volunteer at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center with Shirley
great
Witt.
people over there.
Right,
Yes.
very great. And so I come in contact with a lot of people, and you get to understand and you get to feel the needs of the people that live here in Laguna Woods. And it gives us great pleasure to bring a smile on their faces when you say something good about them, whether it's a compliment or whether it's the way they look or dress. And that's what we're all about. We just want to display that love, which I think is greatly, greatly needed.
So Rosalie, you know, do you give sermons as well, or how do you help out?
No, I don't give sermons. However, I'm there to be a support for my husband and greet and meet the people and show love as well.
And again, every once a week you meet.
Once a week, every Sunday.
And what about other events? Do you ever, over the last couple of years, do you have other things you do as well?
Since we're relatively new, like I said, started on May 20th, we are looking at our first anniversary coming up in May 19th.
All right.
So right now, our board, which is very small, we are very small, but we are growing. our board now is having meetings on how we're going to make that happen.
Okay.
We've reached out to some people and
Right.
we've talked about it, so we believe that it's going to be a great success. One of the things that we want to do here in Laguna Woods, and I know that it's never been done before, but it'll take some years because we need to have the right contracts and so on, is having a golf cart parade.
Ah, okay.
A golf cart parade.
Yes.
Yeah. Our secretary, she came up with the idea, and my wife and I, we kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we know that it's a big deal. It can be a big deal.
Yeah.
And so we want to wait until we're ready to roll that out.
Do you have a golf cart?
No, I don't,
Oh,
but
well,
I have one by that time.
All right. That's the first step, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you also, we went over the vision and who you are, but also the accountability, and that's something I know you wanted to talk about, our accountability, and that's kind of listed one of the three things here about your church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that, how holding yourselves accountable, and what's the way you look at that, and your church looks at that.
Well, again, we try to display the love of Jesus, and respect each other as we go along. We want to be. We feel like we have to be a light, a beacon in the community. So wherever we go, whether it's at the market or Starbucks or whatever, we try to display that amount of accountability and credibility that would either attract people or give us an outlet to talk to people, let them know who we are. So as a matter of fact, it's a representation of who we are.
All right.
And
now, I want to tell people that if they want to get a hold of you or find out more, we have on the screen here the Meetup website, which is meetup.com/Nazareth-Bible-Church, or email is nazareth.biblechurch1@gmail.com, and then your phone number is there.
That's correct.
As well.
That's correct.
But if people just want to show up on when you meet on Sundays, they can do that.
Yeah, and let them know as well that every last Sunday of the month, what we do, we have a Bible study.
Okay.
Which brings people a lot closer. Also, coupled with that Bible study, we have a cake, and ice cream, and some sweets. And one other thing that we do, if there's anyone that was born in that particular month, let's say if you're born in January, on the last Sunday of the month, we will also celebrate your birthday.
Oh, very nice.
So we have the Bible study, the birthday celebration, the cake and ice cream and coffee. So it's a great treat, and we felt that that's something that we can do for the community to embrace them and show them who we are.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, it's a pleasure meeting both of you. I'm sure we'll have you back on again sometime. And good luck, and maybe you'll get a golf cart parade. But you got to get a golf cart.
I do. I will. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Pleasure meeting. Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you very
you
much
too.
for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
#1 choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
Carpet, #1 for you.
Thank you for joining us. Today I have Kathy Rodabaugh and Mimi Woods, who is here to tell us about their breast cancer journey. Welcome, both of you. Hopefully I did okay with the names.
You did perfect.
Excellent, excellent. So let's talk mother and daughter, and let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys have been through. Let's go ahead and start with you, Mimi. Tell us a little bit about what's been happening.
Okay. In 2015, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer.
It was triple negative. I started my treatment right away with chemotherapy. I did 6 rounds of chemo, and then I had a bilateral mastectomy.
Okay.
At that time, they put spacers in to kind of, start the reconstructive process. And then after surgery, I had 2 more rounds of chemotherapy, and then finally reconstructive surgery.
So let's talk about the treatment itself. I mean, chemotherapy, you hear a lot of things about it. What are some of the things that you were feeling, during, maybe, let's talk about anticipation before, and then during, and then after.
I tried to keep positive, like at all times. I knew going into it, it wasn't going to be fun. I'd heard lots of things about the side effects, but I really tried to keep as positive as I could.
Right.
My body tolerated the chemo pretty well. I was able to go back to work the very next day.
Wow.
And it was about the 3rd or 4th day after that I would just be really fatigued. And that's about as bad as it got for me, just really, really fatigued.
Okay.
But other than that, I tolerated it pretty well. I lost my hair, of course, which was challenging, but other than that.
That's actually that's not bad to hear. I mean, sometimes you hear people are really sick for quite some time. So do you feel it was because of just your body reacting, or maybe it was the positive attitude? I mean, a lot of people don't feel so good about it, and then maybe that did help you.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. My constitution and then my attitude helped as well.
Okay.
I told everybody that what was going to get me through it the best is if I kept everything as normal as possible.
Okay.
So if I could go to work, I wanted to go to work. If I could go out, I wanted to do that. I had a really good support system at work, so when I went in the morning, if I felt tired, I knew that there would be somebody there to cover for me.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
which I didn't need to do, but I knew it was there, so that
right.
helped. Yeah.
And then the process, we were talking beforehand, so from the start of you being diagnosed to the very end, how long was the process?
It was about 1 year from diagnosis to reconstruction.
Okay. Okay, and this is your mother.
This is my mom.
Okay. and ironically, 2 years after she was diagnosed, you were diagnosed.
I was.
Wow.
I was, and I was shocked.
Yeah, I would imagine. So tell me your story.
But I have to go back. For years, I've had calcifications in my right breast, and they've always watched them, and they never changed. It was never a problem. Occasionally, I'd have to go in for a 6-month checkup, just to be sure. But this last time, in January, I went in for a mammogram, and there was a new calcification. They weren't particularly worried, but they said, come back in 6 months because we want to check it. And when I did go back, it had changed, and it didn't, they didn't like the way it looked.
Okay.
So they sent me for an MRI and a breast biopsy, and they took 2 specimens, and the diagnosis was DCIS, which is ductal carcinoma in situ.
Okay.
And then Dr. Curcio, because she's very thorough and very caring, she called me and said, you have a lot of calcifications. I'd like to have you go back and do more breast biopsies. So they did 3 more specimens. And then at that point, she called me and said, they're all high grade. It worries me. She said, I think you should consider having a mastectomy.
Oh, wow.
So, I told her, I thanked her, and then I, talked to my family, and Mimi said, Mom, I had a double mastectomy. You can do that too.
Right.
And so after consideration, I decided to go ahead and do the double mastectomy. It's just peace of mind that you wouldn't have to go back or worry that the other breast would be affected later on. So I did that, and it was great to have had her go through it first, although it should have been the mom.
Right.
But she, had experienced it, so she could tell me what to expect, and it was really helpful to me to know that.
Now, Lisa Curcio, Dr. Curcio also had diagnosed you at that time, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so obviously you wouldn't have had it any other way but to have Lisa do that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I mean, Mimi thought the world of her and got such great care. I didn't even think about going to anybody else.
Okay. What made Dr. Curcio so special?
Dr. Curcio just has a really caring bedside manner, but she's also very upfront and frank. She doesn't beat around the bush. She tells you exactly what's going on, but she has a really caring way of doing it. You trust her. You trust what she's telling you. You trust her advice.
Right.
And you trust that she cares about you.
Yes.
Well, right, and that's really important for sure, is to make yourself, hopefully your doctors make you feel very important and that they do care.
Yes.
Because then you always want to go back and,
right.
and listen to what they have to say. Yes. Some people think that breast cancer pretty much falls in the hereditary column, but that's not always the case in your case for sure, right?
Right, yeah.
So what happened, or, your mother didn't have it and therefore nobody else did either, right?
My aunt did.
Okay.
But she was diagnosed and she did pass away from it, but she kind of waited a long time before she had treatment. So that, for me, it was very important that, that I get the treatment and follow the advice of the doctors.
Right.
But we had the genetic testing done, both of us, and it's not related.
Right.
Yeah, neither one of us had the gene.
Yeah.
So what kind of comfort can you give to other women who might be wondering, well, gosh, I'll go get the genetic testing and it won't show up, then what do they need to do to, keep on top of it?
Get your mammograms annually. That's very important.
Right.
I actually found my lump myself before I went in. I had gone to a mammogram in October, and I found the lump, May? And it was already stage 2. So the mammogram in October was completely clean. And then, so self-exam is really important. I wasn't very good at self-exam, but I happened to have caught it, which I'm thankful for. So
absolutely. And then calcification, what causes that?
I have dense breasts, and people with dense breasts tend to get these calcifications.
Okay.
That is something that runs in our family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And most of the time, there'll be no change and not a problem. But that's, again, why it's important to go have your mammograms every year, because there can be a change.
Right. Now, a mammogram, can that tell you whether or not you have dense breasts or not?
Yes.
Is that how you would find out? Because I wouldn't know otherwise. How would you know?
Yes.
Okay.
And then usually if you do have dense breasts, they have you do ultrasounds annually as well.
Oh, instead of a mammogram, or
no,
in addition
to?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Just to keep a closer look on things.
Okay. And then, now I know you said you had a different treatment than Mimi.
I did.
So now you're on a medication, right?
Tamoxifen.
Okay.
Which is a hormone receptor blocker, because I am HR positive, so it's important for me not to have, any hormones that will feed any cancer that would show up in my body.
I see.
So it keeps that at bay. Although I am cancer free, they can never be 100% positive that you are. They think they got everything, but microscopically there could be, something that got loose. And so, it's just important to do everything you can.
Okay. All right. And some of the things that you both have identified is that you are now having menopausal types of reactions, which you're like, wait a second. So what are some of the things that you're experiencing?
It's just, the only thing I experience is just hot flashes, and they just come and go, but for me, it's not a problem. I have a good attitude about it. I'm very thankful that there's medicine that can help me, and I just go on and live my life, So it doesn't matter if you're a little warm, occasionally.
Well, we were talking about the personal fans. I mean, we have those, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then how about yourself? What kind of treatment are you on now?
I'm done with treatment.
Oh, completely?
Yeah, I did. The chemo did put me into a premature menopausal state.
Okay.
So I am taking a hormone. I have a hormone patch that helps with the heat flashes and those types of symptoms. But other than that, I'm done with treatment. I just have my follow-ups.
Okay, right. So both of you have follow-ups. And then do they are they further apart after a period of time for follow-ups?
Yes, like right now I think it was 3 months to start, and now I'm at every 6 months.
Okay.
That's been the same for me.
Same for you, okay.
Yeah. And I think once you hit the 5-year mark, it goes further apart.
Okay. All right. Well, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Well, you guys are so brave to come on. Thank you so much, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure that our interview will help many women.
Yes, thank you for letting us tell our story.
All right, thank you. And thank you for joining us.
It takes a team effort to provide compassionate care. At Health Plus Medical Supply and El Toro Pharmacy, your personal attention is our top priority. We have everything you need, including stair lifts, rollators, knee walkers, wheelchairs, power wheelchairs, scooters, and car lifts. And we provide all maintenance and installation. Health Plus is located inside El Toro Pharmacy, where we provide the same compassion for your pharmacy and drugstore needs. Located in Moulton Plaza.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. Well, our movie coming up today on Monday is a historical drama based on the author Colette. And if you haven't heard of her, she was quite popular, her novels back about 100 years ago or so in the early 20th century. Now, at first, she would write novels under her husband's name, and then upon their success, she fights to make her talents known, challenging the gender norms of the time. After moving to Paris, author Colette agrees to ghostwrite a semi-autobiographical novel for her husband. However, as he gets successful, she begins to take ownership of it and overcome the societal constraints of the early 20th century. Keira Knightley stars in this, and this came out last year, so just a few months old actually. And as I said, it is based on the life story of the author Colette, and she had a series of books out, and many different ones about. I forget the name of kind of the main one, but it was a series about a teen girl growing up, obviously around that time. So that'll be today at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. Now our movie coming up on Friday is called Operation Finale. This came out just a few months ago as well. I think it came out in October. And again, this is another historical drama and based on a true story about a team of secret agents who set out to track down the Nazi officer who masterminded the Holocaust. And this is sort of a historical thriller because how they went about it, and to find the notorious SS officer Adolf Eichmann, and to really finally track him down in Argentina. I know a lot of you probably have heard that story before, but that's what this is about. And then it takes him all the way back to Israel during the historic 8-month trial. Ben Kingsley stars in this, and he actually plays the infamous Adolf Eichmann. A lot of times he plays the good guy in this, so to speak, but no, this one he's not. So this will be on Friday at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. All right, how would you like to be considered to be on the Orange County Grand Jury? Well, over the next, couple weeks or so, actually one more week, you can make an application to see about getting on. Now, you need to apply by January 18th. You can go online to ocgrandjury.org, and then from there, you can click to find out more information, what it's all about, what it entails. It is a one-year commitment that I believe starts in June. It takes them several months to go through all the applications, and they whittle it down to 30 people, and then from there it's kind of the luck of the draw. We had a couple guests on the other day that talked about it, and everyone that I've talked to about it over the years have just said it's been a very rewarding and enlightening experience, and they really have enjoyed it a lot. So again, go to ocgrandjury.org for more information. They do have a hotline, 657-622-6747. Your application must be in by January 18th, and that could all be done online. And also online, you'll find out about the qualifications, and it goes into far more detail about what it entails. Now, feeling a little stressed out? Well, how about taking a mindful meditation with Dr. Lewis Rubin? These will be on Mondays, and it starts on January 28th. It goes for 6 weeks to March 11th. Clubhouse 5 Fitness Center. Classes are free. That'll take away the stress right there. Just show up at Clubhouse 5 Fitness Center from 11 o'clock till noon, and this will start again on January 28th for 6 Mondays in a row. So pre-registration is required, and you can register at Clubhouse 5, and that way they know about how many people are coming. But usually you can kind of show up at the first class and you'll be fine. No class, by the way, on the President's Day weekend. Now, let's get to the weather. And cool today. A little bit of drizzle there was out there this morning. We got, as I said earlier, over the weekend, we got a little over 3/4 of an inch of rain. So it was a nice rain. We're going to look at more rain coming up this week. Now, on Wednesday, we're supposed to get a pretty good-sized system. It's going to stay more to the north, but there is a chance of light drizzle on that day for this area. When we get to Friday, though, this looks like a Friday overnight into Saturday system that's going to bring about the same rain that we just had, and then another system coming in on Sunday. So from Friday to Sunday, we could get another decent amount of rain, but you can see we're going to be staying in the 60s all the way through into next weekend, really. Around Orange County today, everything in the low 60s, Big Bear 47, Palm Springs staying in the 60s themselves out there, so you're not going to get any warmth going out to Palm Springs, and San Diego about 66. So not bad, all right? A little cool out there, but we'll get some sunny skies, I think, if you're watching us in the morning. Cloudy in the morning, a little bit more sunny skies as we get to the afternoon. Tomorrow we're going to have Ann will be here, you know, Ann Gunther from our trading post. She's going to talk to you about the Clown College coming up, and also Stuart Spencer from Advanced Air Care, and a couple more segments as well. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.